Welcome back to our Mishnah Berurah learning. We are continuing and talking about Kriya Shema Lamita, the Shema that we say at night when we go to sleep. I just wanted to highlight one piece that really comes from the Ramah that the Mishnah Berurah comments on, and this is a case where you might identify with this. Im kara kriyat shema velo yuchal lishan miyad. If there's a person who's not able lishon miyad to fall asleep right away after saying shema, so what do you do in such a situation? You're really not supposed to eat or drink or talk or do anything. We don't want to have some sort of hefsek. How do we handle such a situation? As for zera korek hamapamim zeh, we're supposed to. That person should should go back and do chazara, repeat over and over again the words of Shema until they end up falling asleep. And then the effect is that then the falling asleep will happen because the person will drift off. The reason I'm pulling this out is, first, I think it's a very interesting way to to calm the mind of saying something over and over again, of having the repetition and the peacefulness and the quiet, the familiarity. But in addition, there's a piece from the Mishnah Berurah, Parsha Rishona, so that we're supposed to be saying the first part of Shema, that would be that first paragraph, or other psukim, zerachmei, so maybe the other parts of Shema Lamita, that's the part that gets repeated. V'hu hadin in meharher b'divrei Torah shaper dami. This is from the Magen Avraham, that even if someone's thinking about words of Torah, that might also sort of fulfill the requirement. But it's really to establish in ourselves almost like a mantra is not the right word because that's not Jewish, but this practice of repeating just like we do with with our davening all the time. We're saying words that are familiar. It taps into perhaps a subconscious or unconscious part of ourselves. But the fact that even words of Torah, thoughts, or what does it look like to fall asleep thinking about Torah? And I just want to encourage us as we conclude this part of our Shema Lamita learning to ask ourselves, is there a piece of Torah that we want to be the last thing that we think of at night? Is there what would it look like with our children, with our significant others, even if it's not the moment that we're falling asleep, which, we know, of course, there's the halacha of Shema and Hamapil, and drifting off to sleep with those words. But at the end of our day, what Torah do we want to end with? And that could be, sort of the last interaction we have with the people who live in our home. What do we want that impression to be? And I think about how sometimes people remember the goodbyes, or they remember what's the last thing that happened. I don't think we often put a lot of effort into thinking about how we conclude each day. And the beautiful part about these halachot is they give us not only very concrete structure to do so, but they give us these meta values of taking care of our bodies, taking care of our spirits, making sure that we have a healthy bedtime routine, something that not only expresses gratitude, but also helps us better ourselves spiritually, growing, doing tshuva, and forgiving others in our lives too. So I leave you with that. What is the Torah that you want to end your day with?